Hi guys, today for our mobility video, we're gonna go into wrist pain in the front rack position. So I get a lot of athletes, especially that have really stiff shoulders or just starting CrossFit, that complain about pain that kind of comes across the front of the wrist when they're in a front rack position. So especially when they're pressing overhead or trying to front squat, sometimes it's not their legs that are limiting them, it's the fact that their wrists are so painful that they can't maintain the bar in the front rack position. So Paul's gonna show you the front rack position. He's got a pretty stiff front rack, so we're gonna come through. So can you come elbows up? Okay, so what Paul is doing is he's coming into this max wrist extension. He's letting the bar slide into the fingertips because he can't kind of hold palms in. Can you try and hold a full palm? So when he tries to do that, you can see there's a little bit of room here on his front rack, so you can rest it. So what happens is, if we're stiff and we can't get our elbows up, in order to rest on our shoulders, what we do is compensate by flexing our wrists even more and going into this max wrist extension. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through a distraction technique. So we're gonna give this wrist joint a little bit of room to breathe. What you wanna be doing is release work into the lats, into the shoulders to get into this front rack position. But this release is just for some relief from that pain. So Paul's gonna do, he's gonna come in, he's gonna wrap his arm around the band, put it slightly flexed just to hold, and he's gonna lean back. So what that's gonna do, it's gonna create a little bit of space. You have two lines of bones in your wrists, and they can get pretty jammed up, and that can lead to pain as you're trying to get into this range of motion. So anyone who's got any restrictions into the shoulder, into the wrist, this can be a good stretch to start relieving some of that pain if you're having that discomfort coming into the front rack position. Also getting ready in your warm-up by releasing through the lats, back of the shoulders to make sure that you get your elbows up as high as you can in the front rack position. That's our mobility video for this week. Check out the blog, www.elementcrossfit.com/blog, and we'll see you next week.